I wrote a dense paragraph about my epistemology, critical fallibilism. It highlights issues where I took inspiration from Goldratt's theory of constraints. I unpacked it in a long essay. This video gives shorter analysis. Here's the paragraph. People want complex solutions like correctly weighting and adding 50 factors, which are qualitatively different, e.g., price and deliciousness are hard to add. To figure out just the right credence that is further updated by any piece of evidence. Then they end up factoring in a bunch of local optima that, in the bigger picture, have excess capacity, so those factors shouldn't actually change the result. The desire to always update the credence on any good or bad evidence is wrong. They don't know you can have excess. Besides quickly checking that many factors don't ruin an option, giving pass-fail grades to things that are not near the borderline between pass and fail, you should focus your more detailed attention on just a few important factors, which is simpler than trying to use 50 factors. I'll discuss this paragraph in chunks. Dealing with 50 factors correctly is too difficult and complex. This takes focus away from the most important factors and gives extra attention to minor factors. And adding weighted factors doesn't work, as I explained in my multi-factor decision-making math article. Most factors can't be added together because they're in different dimensions, like height and weight or price and deliciousness. You can't add apples and oranges, meters and kilograms, x and y, or cuteness and time. When factors differ only in amount, they're quantitatively different and you can add them. When they differ in type, that's a qualitative difference and they aren't addable. People think being responsive to all evidence is ideal, but actually the ideal is robustness. It's best to have margins of error so we don't need to revisit things frequently. Ideally, we'll only reevaluate things when there are big changes, like a big discovery, not for every little thing. This isn't just to save work and be practical. Unstable systems or ideas which easily change outputs or conclusions are unsuitable to build other systems or ideas on top of. Factors have nonlinear importance, so adding them with weightings is wrong. No weighting factor can represent nonlinearity. Excess capacity means a factor has extra compared to a breakpoint, which is a point where there's a qualitative change. Excess capacity means small changes in quantity won't make a qualitative difference and don't require reevaluating everything. Marginally more may seem better when you look at the situation locally, but looking at the full global picture and considering qualitative breakpoints, marginal increases may not matter. In stable systems, most factors are good enough and are still good enough after small changes. If dozens of factors were a tiny change away from making a big difference, the system would be unstable to small amounts of random variance. We can evaluate most factors with a pass-fail system as either good enough or causing a problem. A few factors can receive more detailed attention and be optimized, but most factors need to be insensitive to small changes for the system to be stable. Focusing on a few factors is simpler and lets you do a better job with them. This is more effective in principle than dividing your attention because some factors have outsized importance, and you should allocate your attention accordingly. You can pause to review the full paragraph again. Hopefully it makes more sense now. I've left a lot out, so for more details and rigor, including criticism of Bayesians, read my whole essay about this paragraph, linked below.